Hi guys, I guess I lost you. I have to start all over. But that's okay because I just did the work and I had it on hold. I've got my big pot. I'm going to make 8 days worth of spaghetti sauce. It will feed at least 2 large people, possibly 4. Depends on how much you eat. We eat spaghetti. But if you just eat spaghetti, which I'm going to have to now that I'm on Ozempic. But first of all, I've got my hot Italian sausage. And I'll dump that in. And then I have my mild Italian sausage. And then, I'm not a real big pork eater, but this adds a lot of flavor. My husband likes it, and I think true Italians do put the pork in it. I guess I'll take these papers off. They wouldn't be too good in the food. And I just throw everything in my sink, so when it gets time to work on it, I do. It's all right there. I don't like to have things all around. I clean up as I go. Then I've got 3 pounds of ground sirloin. I would rather have had the ground chuck, but it was like another pound of, another $1 a pound. And I think that's ridiculous. This will be good because I've got the sausage in, so that's going to add the fat that I need. And I dump that in. Rinse my hands a little bit. I'm pretty careful about my hands. I worry about germs. Always before COVID, especially now after COVID. And I got a little bit of blood on here. I'm cleaning that up. All right, so now you see there's a lot of meat in there. There's 5 pounds of meat. And I'm just going to put that on the stove and let it brown. I'll put it on high. It's not going to hurt it. I'm here so I can catch it. All right, now you might like this part. It's the boring part, but so this is the thingamajig. I got it on QVC. I want to warn you, it's very, very sharp. I always keep that on the top of it. I put it right back on when it's dirty. I wash it with that, and it goes, it's got a little hole there. It just goes in the bottom of here. But you're going to see what amazing things it does. I cut up all my vegetables. I've got carrots, onions, peppers, green, yellow, and red. And I've got celery and onions. Celery and carrots. A good spaghetti needs a lot of vegetables. And I hate chopping. And it's tedious. It's hard on your arms. But when you see what this does, now there's like 4 onions in there. Got this little string, hold on tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that's about what I like. I like it a little bit chunky. I don't want it minced. My mother minced hers, and that was fine for them. But I like mine a little bit like that. I'm going to get another bowl. Whoops. I'm noisy. So I can just put what I've chopped in here. But you'll see how fast this goes. I'll do a few more times so you can see how little it gets. Now you can see those are like for chunky spaghetti. Okay, then I'll do some minced for y'all minced people. I hear my meat. I like to have a towel or something nearby because I don't like junk on my feet, or my hands, or my feet. Okay, I'm going to do this 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this goes right in the dishwasher. If it doesn't go in the dishwasher, I don't own it. God gave me a dishwasher and He meant for me to use it. Alright, now these are a little bit smaller. Still a little bit chunky. You can do it 10, 12, 14, however you want to do it. But I like my spaghetti a little bit chunky. And my gosh, this is getting full and we haven't finished the onions. I have 3 onions. But you remember that this is, for 10 times. And I didn't realize that dropped in there. That could be dangerous. I'm telling you, those are sharp as anything. I'm going to give my meat a little stir. It's going. Do some more onions. Just for the heck of it, I'll do this. Now these are probably $25. I have 2. I have this one, and I have a little red one. Okay, now you can see they're minced. So I'll put that in there. Yeah, that's not the consistency I like, but it is the consistency you get in most of your canned spaghettis. Sorry. Now I've got some celery. This goes pretty well. You can mix them up because they're going to be mixed up anyway. But I'm just telling you what I've got here. Carrots, a little bit harder to pull the string, but you put the bottom bowl and you put that sharp part with the cover in the dishwasher. You don't do the top part, you just kind of rinse it. Make sure the water doesn't go in here because it'll rot it. This is the little pull rope. So I put it over the sink upside down and I run water and it doesn't go in. Okay, that's all. I might have put too much in there. If you kick too much and you can't roll it, take a little out. And I knew it was going to be the carrot on top. Okay, that should work. Well, now here I go. Messing up. It's just the way I put them in there. I might have put too many. Let me start over. It's still going to be faster than chopping, but you could do it any way you want. And I don't know what this is called, so I can't really tell you. But when you see for yourself, it's a blessing, especially when I'm doing my dressing for Thanksgiving. put much in that time. It just depends what you have in there. Some things are easier to chop. Celery's not too bad. The carrot's a little harder. I'll just try to do the celery this time. And I got a carrot. You don't want to fill it up. Probably fill it up 2/3. I think 7's good for me. I usually work over by my sink, but I had to set you up. And I ordered a tripod today, just an inexpensive one, because my husband's has bad legs, and it's hard for him to be walking around following me. My legs aren't too hot either. There's some carrots and everything in there. It does it really well. You can do tomatoes, but I prefer to add the canned tomatoes. I use crushed tomatoes. Sometimes I use diced tomatoes. I have used fresh tomatoes for my garden, but to be honest with you, they're pretty expensive. And I'm on Social Security, so I save, but I do get the best kind. I do get name brands. We got that new movie on about I must increase my bust. I got a feeling that this would do it. But obviously not on me. I don't have that old bra on today, so you can see that I'm not as well developed as you thought. It was just fat. I've lost 19 pounds since Valentine's Day. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm 198, actually 198.2. Whoops, carrots again. I gotta move those carrots. I guess I need to do, that's a big carrot. I don't want to touch that thing. I don't want to touch that thing. I'll do the red peppers. Peppers do nicely. I still have some other things in here. I want to do those carrots last. They're getting to be a pain. They're kind of big. I just did 5 times that time because it's the peppers. Green, yellow. I could have probably got more. Green, yellow, orange, red, whatever. I'm going to do all the carrots last because I might have to do a few choppings. Alright, this is the rest of the peppers. Let me give that stir. Just a little cup to put my spoon in. cooking. All right, hang on a second. Okay, now we've got the peppers. Those are 6. They get a little bit small, but they're going to cook down anyway. And now, the carrots. These are going to be a little pain. I'm going to do like 3 big ones at a time. I might have cut them a little bit smaller. They add so much flavor. Now tell me you could chop those quicker. Nah. Almost done with my chopping. As I said, this is the boring part. But better not put them all in there because it'll fight me. And the end. 3 more pieces of carrots. Alrighty. What I'm going to do before I forget, I do this right away when I'm done with this torch. You can see it's very, 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 very sharp. I'm going to get it in the dishwasher before somebody gets cut. I rinse it off. I don't touch it. Put it back in its case. Can you see me? Yeah. Then I put it right in the dishwasher and it's safe. I rinsed off the top. Again, I did it this way so you don't get water in there. I made the mistake of getting water in the first time. Rinse that off and it's ready to just put in the cover because there wasn't anything really under it. It makes you feel better, put a little soap on it, but don't get it into the hole. Place for everything in its place. The hardest part about cooking is cleaning up, and not for me. Alright, I'm going to put the rest of this in here. I turned down my meat. I don't put any of my spices in yet because when you drain that grease, you lose your spices. You lose some of the spices from the sausage, but I can't hack all that grease. Alright, so now you've got all your vegetables. Carrots. I had 3 carrots. I had 3 onions. 3 bell peppers, but I could have had more. About 5 stalks of celery. That's about it. I usually use fresh garlic, but I didn't have any. This garlic works just as well. And I like a lot of garlic in it. I'll put a couple good sized spoonsful. And I think I'll just put my spices in here so you don't have to follow me over to the pot. Okay, parsley, you can put that in later, but I like to start with some of it. I think it cooks in and gives it a good flavor. I don't measure, I'm sorry. I just put what looks like enough for 8 meals. I like red pepper. I'm going to be a little bit, oh, that one's not open. I always have some that are open. I'm not going to put too much since I have some hot sausage in this. But that's a pretty good amount. Worcestershire sauce. Yep. Put in. That's a good amount. I guess you can see this. Louisiana hot sauce. I'm not going to put too much of this, because that's something you can add after you find out how much was in the other. Oregano. Oregano's the best. I put a lot of oregano in it. Basil. Got kind of a licorice taste. I don't like too much basil, but I have to have it in there. And then I have Italian seasoning. So this picks up whatever I didn't get. And I'll put several shakes. I have some of these spices, but mine are larger and they kind of mince these up. So I like a lot of pepper. I like a lot of pepper in anything I cook. I'm not too much on putting a lot of salt in right now, because that's another thing you can add. Well, my husband's a saltaholic. And then people don't know this, but when you have tomatoes, there's a lot of acid. So if you put a little bit of sugar, that's enough. That cuts the acid. It's easier on your tongue and your mouth. Now I'm going to kind of mix this up. It's really pretty when it gets into the spaghetti. As you can see, that's a lot of veggies. It's a big bowl. And I think that I've gotten everything except for my tomatoes. wash these. Meat's doing real well. Let me wash these up. I don't like dirty. I've turned down my meat. What you're hearing is the fan. Okay, now I got another whatchamajigger. When you get old, it's hard to open cans. And I don't have electric one. I've had the electric ones, and I don't know, I think this works better. This is from QVC, and it's different. You put it on, this is contadina sauce. Put it on there, and you turn it, of course. But you do it on the top instead of on the side. It's really, really nice. Okay, I'm at the end. Get a little pan here, plate. Back it up. It's got a little tweezer. Hit that tweezer. Ah. Usually does a little better than that. But anyway, I got that. I don't think I got any on me. But it wouldn't matter if I did. Okay, there's one. This is Italian sauce. There's my crushed. There's my crushed with basil. And here's my diced. I may need more, but I just do 4 to make sure I can't fill my pot all the way. And you know, later when this cools, we'll have spaghetti tonight. When it cools, I put the rest of it in about 8 plastic bowls. Well, that one just came off by itself. There's 2. And you can't get cut. See, it doesn't cut. It takes the whole top of the can off. It's got something on it. Always look at your cans and make sure they're in date. I'm bad about keeping things a long time. And I throw out a lot. I hate to say that, but I watch those dates pretty well. I know they say they're not positive, but pick it up. See how much better that is. And then I do like a little bit of diced tomato. I don't want it all diced. It thins it out a little bit. I also have some tomato paste. But I wait and see if it gets a little too thin. I put the tomato paste in there. Alright, that was easier. It's small. Let's see. See how that comes. Alright, now I'm going to put you on hold while I go drain the meat.